All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming with the message that has been, that I am redoing regarding where we are at today. And I wanted to make sure I cover this before I go to bed tonight. To redo this message being so that I upload this message with the wrong name, and I'm glad my sister caught it, and I decided to take it down and redo it. And I hope, ain't no hope. I know that he that is greater in me than he that's in the world is going to suffer me to go back over this message. I want to just let you know where we are at in this day and time. A lot of people are really geared into the wars that's going on. And my spirit is saddened right now because I think about so many people being taught by individuals on these devil platforms for many, many, many years. And they've been taught to believe the lie, the deception, the thing that is going on that is not going on. It's not what it appeared to be. And because people believe in what they see according to believe. See, when the eyes see it, it does not make it the prophecy because you see it, okay? It makes it the prophecy when it is given to you by the Spirit of Yah in the order of the spirit realm to understand the prophecy in the natural. Many people are teaching these prophecies without having the understanding of the prophecy in the spirit realm. See, when you begin to talk these prophecies, the Father says, I give you these prophecies, but I have to speak them unto you so you'll be able to level them off in the righteous order. And what people are doing is they've been on here for so long on YouTube. They can speak the lie after lie after lie to the multitude. And guess what, you guys? I wouldn't want to be in a position. I wouldn't. Because y'all is going to measure the lies that you taught come judgment to the multitude of people. And how one mislead and lie to people because it's so comfortable to give the people what they want than to give them what they do not need, which is another lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. Even the world, I wouldn't want to lie to the world. What did it look like me wanting to give the world a lie? And I represent the truth. Well, this is how I see people, and it saddens my spirit even just to think of it, because I saw it and I heard it, and I'm glad that I didn't get embedded in it and look at it, but it's just so horrible to see over and over and over, and year after year after year, these people are teaching the lies because they want to energize people. They want to energize people regarding everything. They want you to think that Israel is the best of the best of the best, and these Europeans are the worst of the worst. Wait a minute. Hold up. You cannot tell people in this day and time, hear me, y'all. You cannot tell people in this day and time that the Father is bringing judgment on the United Snakes until you tell the people that Yah is bringing judgment on the world and we that is in the world. Why would I tell you Yah is judging this group of people, but he ain't judging me? And I'm in the same land and on the same, earth. But he ain't judging me, but he judging everybody else except for me and us. You see, this is what people want to hear, the lie. And this is what y'all say, let them give them the lie, Deborah. If they want to feed them the lie, let them eat it up like a full meal deal. Let them eat their lie up. If that's what they entitled to, a meal that's full of lies and it tastes good to them, let them eat it up. They've been eating it up behind them for years, so striving and like and supporting them for years. So let them support the lie. It's all well. The lie is okay within them. Okay? But with this message, it bothers my spirit. And that's what he constantly said, even now, even after me repeating this, is that let not your heart be troubled. Let's go into Matthew 24. And he said here to the disciples on Mount Olive, and that was a place that matter of fact, it was a private area of where he took the disciples and to tell them what is to come. Okay, and the disciples asked that question, what is it going to be like in the end days? But I noticed something he said, and what he said here, now listen to this, y'all. Just listen to this. And this is what I hold firm to somewhat, okay? I do hold firm to it. And he said in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, and as he sat upon Mount Olive, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of the coming and the end, and the end, and the end, the coming, see, the coming and the end of the world? Listen to this. Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. So this being deceived is what going to take you off of what is coming in the end. If you are deceived, he's telling them, being deceived and being deception taken over you is important. He know the disciples ain't gonna be here in the end. So, Father, what is he saying, Deborah? He's saying it unto you. Don't get so caught up in the end of the coming. Don't get so caught up in it. Just make sure you understand, don't be deceived. See, people didn't know that, even to today. They so caught up in every issue going on in the world, and they fail to realize. He told the disciples who wasn't going to even be here at the end. Listen to what he says. And Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. He was talking to me. He was talking to my brothering through them to me. So he's talking to me. Deborah, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived, Deborah. Now watch this. Verse 5. For many shall come in the name, saying, I am. I'm the power. Christ was the power. Christ was the word. Christ was the spirit of Yah. That's why I am Christ. And then he said, and shall deceive many. So right then, people overlook all of that. All of that. What do you mean, Deborah? Go back. The question that they asked him, what shall be the signs of the coming and the end of the world? All Yeshua wanted to instill in them, even though they weren't going to be here, but Deborah would. Even though they weren't going to be here, but Deborah would. Tell Deborah, baby, don't be deceived. Don't you be deceived. For many shall come in my name, Christ, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Isn't that what I'm talking about that's happening on the devil platform? They're deceiving them by great numbers. You see? Every one of y'all at the sound of my voice would overlook that. That the main thing is that you don't be deceived. That's the main thing. You ain't got no business worried about what the end is going to be, to the point of outside of teaching people what the end is going to come up on you. But the first thing he wanted us to know, he wanted them to know, to tell me, hey, disciples, make sure y'all tell Deborah. Disciples, make sure y'all warn Deborah. Tell Deborah. Be not deceived. I don't care about all this other stuff going on. Just don't be deceived. Now, he's telling this to disciples who ain't going to be here in the end. But they knew I would. I and the disciples are one. So, I get it. So, he says here in verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See. That ye be not troubled. They weren't going to be here. So who is he talking to? Sister Deborah. He's talking to me. Those are my brothers in the oneness. He's speaking to me through them. He says here in verse 6, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars and of wars. See that ye be not troubled. See that you be not troubled when you hear of these. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled. Why are people on the devil platform preaching it as if it's Armageddon? But let me make sure that's not what it's called. That might be what they getting that from, though. Let me see. That might be where they... Yeah, they lost with a cause and without it. It don't make no sense. And that bothers me because I'm human, you guys. I'm a female. I'm effeminate. And I'm human. It bothers me that the deception is more higher standing in the eyes of flesh than the truth. Is the truth override the flesh? For sure. But it's just the ideal of seeing people go straight through the broad gate with their eyes wide open, saying, I want to go to the broad gate. I'm going that way. So listen to this. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See, Deborah. See that ye be not troubled, Deborah. I'm talking to you. For all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. Because let me tell y'all, let me explain something. No matter what's going on when it come down to the war and rumors of war, Yeshua was telling the disciples to make sure they remind me to don't be troubled by it. Why? Because that's not going to affect me as the spiritual seed. It wasn't going to affect them. But send it down, y'all. Send it down. Y'all want to know today? Make sure you let Deborah know. It's not going to affect me. So I'm not going to get on this devil platform and telling you that the war is Yah sending Megah and all of them to come to go after Israel. Oh, Father Yah. Oh, Father Yah, they gone. And the people eating it up. They eating it up. They bypass this here. This is what he has explained to me throughout my time. He said, see how they can get a study guide. They can read it, and it can give them what they need in the flesh. But when I pull up, I'm going to give them the truth in the spirit. But they ain't even got sense enough to read and get it in the flesh. So you can't expect them to go no further. And this is what they're teaching. This is not the Armageddon. What's happening to Israel and Iran has nothing to do with Armageddon. Sit your tails down, y'all. Stop that line. Well, let me shut up. Forgive me, Father, y'all. Forgive me. They can't know what you ain't gave them to know. So I, Sister Deborah, finna step into the realm of my message that I messed up by one name. And I want to explain something to you individuals out there that caught it. I appreciate that you caught it because it allowed me to pull it down. But I also want you to know that when the Holy Spirit is in you, he's speaking through you. He's speaking through your flesh, okay? Your flesh can use one name when the Holy Spirit is saying something, and by you talking so fast, you can end up saying another name in place of it. But he that knows spirit and truth, they know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, yes, baby. Spirit and truth going to stand alone, whether you get it wrong or not. It's going to stand in truth. It knows exactly the error. And it doesn't matter to those that are in the light, because the light would shine on it and said, this is not what you meant, like you did. And you would say, I knew you was talking about this. But I'm speaking of those who might not have known. So that's why I took it down and decided to redo it. So I want to explain to you where we are at right today. And the war that you see that's actually taking place is not a war that you should be caught up in or caught down in, okay? As he just explained it to the disciples, don't be troubled over those wars and rumors of war. They ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So tell Deborah. Tell Deborah, it ain't got nothing to do with you, baby. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let it. That's not it. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. See, that's that comfort. That's that comfort. So when I see people teaching it out of the total order and making people thinking this is the world end, or he coming, y'all's judging this, and look. You're going to look like a straight up fool when it don't be what you say it is. So this just shows you, and this is how they do it. They run their mouth and they tell the lie. They live the deception. They preach the deception. They teach the deception. And then next thing you know, a year passed and they whole idea of what they said was wrong. They can't even come back to correct it. They just waiting for another day to say another lie. They throw a lie on top of the lie and a lie on top of the lie. They don't know any better because deception is from Satan. He's the liar, the father of lies. He know how to keep them in lies, even though they think they telling the truth. So this situation that we're in, as far as Israel and Iran, I first and foremost want to let you all understand one thing. Israel has nothing to fight with, okay? Israel is just a dot on the map, okay? Israel is nothing, okay? But Israel is something, okay? Israel is nothing, but Israel is something. And we're just speaking of the land. We ain't speaking of the people. Meaning that the people that's in the land don't mean that they are really the Israelites. But we just calling it the land, and the people that's in the land call themselves Israel. Let's put it like that. Well, they have not a leg to stand up on. Not even one. They don't even have one leg to stand up on. What I try to teach and express to everyone, which I know that many of you are not going to get it, because on my last page, I have put out so many power punches, words strictly from the Ruach from within. And even in my spirit, I know they don't get it. They don't get it. They're long ways from home, y'all. Long, long ways. And what people don't get is the fact that what is happening today, like I said, you have to be able to go to the spiritual realm to get the prophecy in its fullness. You can't just quote this, what Revelation is saying. You just can't quote what's in the instruction, not in instruction, in the study guide. You got to be able to have him that's in you, that's the true teacher. He takes you there. In the process, he takes you there. He make you feel that thing. So you can't come out telling nobody no lies because you feeling that thing. You got to tell it right. So what is happening with Israel don't even have a leg, not even one to stand on. Israel don't even have a leg to stand on. Israel over there, the people that's over in Israel is just a pin needle of people. Okay? And a lot of people have no idea. Even if I take you all there today, you'll be gone tomorrow from it. And that is from spirit and truth and the light of the whole matter. And I'm going to take you there anyway. You just get dropped off. Okay? So what is actually happening is Israel is don't have a leg. Not one. They don't have one leg. But Israel can fight any battle that it chooses to, because it is a part of the top pyramid. Let me show you. Israel is one of the part of the, and like I never did ask you all, but I guess it really wasn't important. Okay, let's look at this dollar sign. This is who Israel is. And a lot of you all, I can sit here and teach it and preach it all night long, and you still ain't gonna get it. So, like my last message, it's really just for the one that y'all knows is the one, okay? I had to show this to someone today. In this here message, in this on this dollar, it tells the truth of the whole matter of the pyramid. One thing you notice about the pyramid, it's one pyramid it's a small pyramid on top of the ground pyramid, okay? Part of the pyramid. It separates itself. It separates itself from the bottom part. Why would you say that? Because the brightness should have went around the whole pyramid, but it didn't. It cut off the tip of the pyramid. You see? You see? That's a group of Israel. I mean, those fake oohs over there. That's what they are part of. You see what I'm saying? That's why in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9 and Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9 called them the synagogue of Satan. They are the one that worship in Satan's synagogue. They're the top part of this pyramid that separates itself from the bottom part. The bottom part is like the mafia, the Illuminati, the Muslims, and the Christian, those organizations that the top part started. That's how he deceived the whole world, through all religions, all denominations, all interpretations, even by changing one book that's under that one book. They did it. That's why I said Hebrew Israelites are lost with the cause and without. When you chasing lost books and found one, it don't matter what you lost and what you find. If you ain't found Yah to be living in you, you still lost with the cause and without. How about that? How about that? You see what I'm saying? You still lost. It don't matter. Okay? So this is the one that Israel is under that pyramid. They're in there. So therefore, they don't have to have legs. Okay? They are those that comes to the synagogue and worship Satan one-on-one. You see? They are Satan's worshipers. They are embedded, like the Catholics, into the pyramid. That's what they are. So they don't need no legs to stand on. And this is what they pushing. And the main country that Satan reside in, that Satan's seat is in, and that his synagogue is in the United States of America. So all Israel need is America to fight any battle they want to go after. That's why they quick to throw their chest out and do stuff without a leg to stand on. They quick to do it because they got the backbone of not just the country where Satan reside, where Satan's seat is at, where Satan's synagogues are at. They got Satan working with them, hand on hand, one-on-one. You see? So a lot of us is looking all cockeyed at America thinking that Donald Trump has the power to choose war and choose it not. He really don't. He don't run nothing. He's the clown of the show. And we watching the show like he in it, and don't he look like a clown? He's the clown of the show. But the truth be told, Israel don't have a leg to stand on to fight any war. But they got the synagogue of Satan. They got the place in which Satan reside and his seat reside. The United States of America is Satan's territory. So that's what they use for backing up and backing down countries and other people. That's what they're using. The synagogue, the country that Satan reside in, to fight with them in Iran. Now, if it had to been left to Donald Trump, he wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it. But he don't have no other choice. He's the clown. He's the puppet. It ain't even his choice. And everybody try to make this man all his power. Satan have given it to him to do what he tells him to do. The Roman Catholics is running Donald Trump and the Jesuits. And Satan is the final power. That's who's fighting Iran. Or coming, that going to help Israel. Israel is not going up against Iran. They would want the United States that holds the power of Satan. That's what they run in their mouth and got their chest poked out like they can really fight when they don't have no legs. That means they don't have the power to fight against Iran. But they have the power of Satan. And that's the fear that Iran has. Iran is not afraid of the United States of America. They are afraid of he that sits and reside in America, Satan himself. This is the reason why I said many of you are lost with the cause and without. You don't know if you're going or coming. You just think that you know that you're going to get there, and you don't know for sure where you're going. So this thing with Russia and Iran, what I do kind of embrace about it, I just broke it down to you what is going on with it around the spiritual realm that y'all can't see. I just laid it out. That land over there, Israel, with all those Europeans in there claiming to be Israelites, they have no legs to stand on. Not one. They don't even have a half of a leg. A nub. They don't have no leg to stand on. They're standing on the place of worship where Satan resides, where Satan's seat is at, and where his synagogue, where they worship, is at, the United States of America. That's what they're dependent on. You think they're dependent on Trump? No. They're not afraid of Trump. Nobody is. Everybody knows in all the darkness that he's just a puppet. He even look like the puppet. He even talk like the puppet. He even act like the puppet. So they know that as long as they have the United States where they know that Satan resides, that principality in high places, that's where that power is at as well. And in the land, because it said that the seat of Satan and the place that he resides. So he's a place that he sits and he resides. And then he has a place where he has a synagogue. It's in the United States of America. So that's what Israel is using to blow, to stick their chest out. We tough, we bad. And they've been using it for all this time. You know why? They know it's a place where Satan's headquarters is at. And they have joined him long time ago. That's why they don't have no problem doing what they're doing. And when they start stuff with other countries and killing and doing all the stuff they're doing, they don't have, it's no way that small area can have that type of power. And it's not because the government system in the United States, it is Satan's place of residence. They have joined his pyramid. And that's what they're detached to, the top part of the pyramid. So Iran, that's the biggest downfall for them. But so what the unseen don't understand, you got to respect who's over it all. And that's where I come in and what I have to say about it all. That's why I say it feels bad. It feels real bad when you got all these people that been on this devil platform lying. Let me tell you what's going on. We're going into the Revelation chapter 9, okay? Okay? There is a battle that's coming from underneath, okay? And when it's a reason for the Euphrates River to dry up for the battlefield, it has to dry up for the battlefield. And if it drying up for the battlefield, from what I can see, it's almost like the ones that don't have no legs, which is Israel, they're going to have enough power to go forward to Iran. Because Euphrates is more so toward Iran than it is Israel. So that means Israel has to come out and pull out toward the Euphrates River that's dried up, which is called the battlefield. and Iran has to come in, or whatever country, it's time for the battlefield, Revelation 9, to take place. You guys, it's time for the battle. It's time for the battlefield. And this battle is going to destroy so many people, so many men. It's going to be off the chain. So this is what you call, it's going to be a war within a war. But he has to bring in how he's doing it. I don't know if, now listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. When I think of, oh, Father, yeah, I'm getting chills. When I think of the Euphrates drying up, when I think them drying up, I think of them drying up for the battle. Okay, let's go there. Revelation chapter 9. So I can kind of bring you to where I'm about to go. I don't know if this is what he wants me to say, but I'm going to press it out as I feel him in me. Okay, here in Revelation chapter 9, it talked about in Revelation chapter 9, and let me get there. I notice in chapter 9 and verse 4, it's a commandment given, letting them understand that don't hurt the earth, the greenery, nor the trees. Don't hurt the men, only the men of those who have the seal of Yah in their forehead, but only those men which have not the seal of Yah. So right then, the call of whatever about to take place in this battle, it's calling to let you know that don't battle when this battle and this war come, and it's coming, y'all. Why? Because it's already been given an order to not hurt. Don't let this go up on those who are sealed. Only those who are not sealed. You see that order? So the order is letting you know, minds that's sealed, you better not touch them. So make sure you go after those who are not sealed by the Most High Yah in Revelation chapter 7. So when it's saying that, that gives me this thing that, wait a minute, this going to be coming after people that's out of people of people. Yes. Just don't you come near the ones that's sealed. Go only after those, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 4. Go only after those who are not sealed of Yah in their forehead. See? Who you thinking starting this thing? Who are you thinking is coming up out of that ground? Now listen to what it says in verse 5. And them it was given. No, we get to go on. He's talking about the horses. The battle is getting ready. Let's go to let's go on to 5. And verse 5. And to them it was, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as a torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall not flee from them. And the shape of the locusts were like unto the horses prepared unto battle. And on their heads were as a crowns like gold, like as it crowns of gold. And their faces were as faces of men. Verse 8. And they had hair as the hair of women. Okay. And their teeth were as the teeth of lions. So you start putting all that together and you realize, wait a minute, these things come in scorpions and all it looking like this and looking like, oh, wait a minute, how are you going to piece all that together when it all said is talking about a battle that's taking place? Let's finish it. Verse 9, and they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. Now watch this here. And their tails like unto a scorpion, and there were sting in their tails, and their power was to hurt men for 5 months. Now watch it. Here we go. Here we go. Now listen, y'all, listen. And they had a king over them. They had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, 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 but Abaddon, Abaddon, but in Greek tongue has his name Apocalypse, Apocalypse. Now watch this. Listen good. Listen now, y'all. One who is past, and behold, there come two. Woe more after hereafter. Now here we go. Verse 13. And the sixth angel sound, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yah. Okay, here it come, y'all. Now listen to it. Saying to the six angels which had the trumpet, loose the four angels. Listen to where they loosen them from which are bound in the great river of Euphrates. Watch this here. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, a day, a month, and a year, for to slay a third part of men. Okay? And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And they slay. Many of them got killed. And it says a third part of men. Now, you know it's coming from Euphrates River. It has dried up. They bringing it, 4 of them. Okay? And they coming up to make sure, without a doubt, the war of a battle take place. That's where we're at. And that's what we're coming up on, as far as you hear them talking about Iran and you hear them talking about Israel. But you got to understand, they were talking about Palestine, Gaza. They were talking about Ukraine and Russia. See, that's what he's saying. Don't be troubled by it, spiritual ones, because they're going to be slinging this stuff to the world, and the world is going to be turning their head, flipping, and going crazy. But don't you be troubled by it, because it ain't got no connection to you. Just like he told him here, let these things happen to those who are not sealed with Yah seal in Revelation 7. If they don't have that seal, go after everybody who don't have that seal. See how people playing? That's why I say, if you are in Yah, you better make sure that you are in him. And stop playing this game on these devil platforms, going to and fro, trying to manipulate people and trying to find your place in full control the way you want to serve. Oh, no, we ain't going to have that. Not on this page. Now, what has happened is, as I see, this is where we're at. Something got to, y'all, happen at the Euphrates River. Why? Because it's dried up now, right? So if one thing about it, when you hear them locusts coming about, he's talking about how man is stirring up chaos. Things that's going to happen. What I believe is somewhere with those locusts, somewhere, one of these countries is going to spill out some type of bio to take place before the 4 beasts or the 4 angels come up to start the war, the battlefield. Now, on the battlefield, when I look at my map and I see Ukraine, it's on one side. No. And Israel is on the other side. No, they about the same length from the Euphrates River. Let me just say that. They're both about the same length from the Euphrates River. Let me get that right here and now. They're both is about the same length from the Euphrates River. So both of them would have to come to the middle of Euphrates for the battle. Okay? I believe Israel would have to come over a little more. But the United States is coming with Israel. So the battlefield is right there at Euphrates. The battlefield can be, now watch what I'm saying. The battlefield can be 4 countries pulling up for the battle. See, where you thinking is as Israel and Iran. But who are the 4 coming up? That's going to see to it that the battle take place. I know the United States must be in it. So while we're sitting here talking about Yah is pulling judgment on the United States, he's bringing them to judgment, baby. He's bringing all us to judgment because I can feel that whip. I'm so thankful that I don't set myself no separate than nobody else. I'm a living witness to tell you the living truth. That whip is being handled. And you walk your tail around here and think your tail is all that and some, go right ahead. It's just I'm getting whooped now. You gonna get whooped later, but your later is gonna be greater. How about that? So what I'm seeing is this is what all this stuff is about, y'all. Now, this is what y'all missing. This is what you're missing. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 13. And the 6th angel sound, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before the Father. Now, something is before the Father. Now, watch this here. Saying to the 6th angel, which had a trumpet, loose the 4 angels, which are bound in the great river, and bound mean they chain, in the great river Euphrates. Now, he's the altar of the Most High Yah is telling this, to do this. So the angel got to get down there and loose whatever there is right there in Euphrates, the river of Euphrates. Why? Because it has been told to y'all over and over and over, when it dry up, bam, the war is on. It's going to be used as a battlefield. You see what I'm saying? So, in 15 it says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of man. What is it that the church, the synagogue, the preachers, the YouTube, everybody, why ain't nobody preaching that, teaching that? What's the deal? That's what's happening, y'all. So all these things that you're hearing, that's why he's telling Sister Deborah, let not you be troubled by those wars. He already told them right here, I don't care what y'all do and what comes up, I brought it up, I allowed it up, I orchestrated it up, but you ain't gonna touch what is mine. See, that's what I like about the Most High Yah. He called that thing out. He called that bad boy out. And he sent word for Sister Deborah and others, so we too don't get wrapped into the lies that we in the end days where God and Magog has no connection to controlling this here battle right here. Didn't it just tell you it's coming from the bottomless pit? Who's going to start it? And those 4 that's coming from the bottomless pit must most likely have to go to other countries where those who has to okay to start this war. And to make sure it's a big one. To do what? A third of men to be killed. Now, what sense does that make for people to go and do exactly what it's telling you here? That shows you the power of my Father's right hand. Not one word gonna drop. It's gonna be what he said and what he say it's going to be. Now, the way it's rolled up here, it's not the way it's gonna go, but it's gonna show you the connection of Euphrates and what he pulled up and how it's going to go. But you're gonna see men on the earth, the world fighting. You see? That's what you're gonna see. It's going to show you that you might read it one way, but the way it's going to come the way the Holy Spirit says it's coming. Not the way all these YouTubers are trying to say, oh, it's a war. Oh, the United States is going to get in it with Israel and take off Iran. One thing about Iran, let me explain something to y'all. Iran got everything United States have in every other country. United States owns the media. They want to tell you only what they want you to think and believe. Iran got just as much as they got and some. So the battle in which it's being spoke of in Revelation 9 is sending a statement. It's going to be a big one. And they're going to die. That's what he's telling you. That's what he's telling me. And we run around here making it thinking it's just something, they just run in their mouth. Or, this country, United States this, and Donald Trump this. Making a one-man thing. Baby, this thing is bigger than a one-man, two-man, three-man, four-man, five-man. This thing is in the mighty right hand of the Father, and it shall come to pass. That's where we at. Now, when they go talking about it's Armageddon and all that old stupid stuff, here we go. When they begin to talk about Russia and God and Magog, they still have not gripped the fact who God and Magog is. Okay. Japhet, I think I'm saying it that. Japhet is one of Noah's, I hope I'm pronouncing it right now. It's one of Noah's sons. It's Shem, Japheth, and Ham. The battle of Armageddon has not the connection in which these mouths on this devil platform is teaching and preaching at y'all. They out of order. They out of the righteous order. Let me put it like that. And it's okay for them to be in the unrighteous order because Satan has deceived the whole world. And that means the world going to believe the world before they believe me, which is all well. A lot of it has been prophesied, and the only way you get the prophecies, he told you in Revelation chapter 10, the mystery rests in the prophets, the servants. We're here to bust it wide open. Okay, so now the war is, what really is actually taking place is this war, okay, is that's going on, that's going to take place for us, Armageddon, whatever they want to say, but the end war, y'all. Let's just nail this. These people are not going to waste a lot of their energy in the wars today. Why? Because they got a battle to fight. They're going to fight on the battlefield of Yah. Ooh, I love that sound, Father Yah. I love that sound, Father Yah. Father Yah, I love that sound, Father Yah. I love that sound, Father Yah. And the battlefield itself is a place that Yah has already prepared. Okay? And it's not where we feel, oh, it's going to be, no. Stand down. Stop clowning. Okay? Now, I want to explain to you all, Japheth and Ham is what's coming after the whole house of Israel. Okay? This is the battle of what they trying to call Armageddon. It's not now, y'all. America's still standing. Stop being stupid. America's still standing. So it can't be that. Oh, Father Yah, how could so much light for truth be sitting right on the table and everybody's in the dark room? So what I have understood is God and Magog is Russia, and it's like the Prince Rosh, and it's all the other countries that are the sons of Japheth. And they are considered the Gentiles. Many of Negroes, Hams, which are African, and lost-minded Hebrew Israelites Lost with the cause and without now. That's just it. They just lost. They just gone like Deuteronomy 28 said. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. They destroyed. They destroyed because they have no understanding of anything. Okay? And Ham and Josaphat. Not Josaphat. Japhat. They're getting together. And they're not going to do this on their own, you guys. I want to let you know that now. They're not going to, the battle for that final battle in Ezekiel 38 and 39, and it capped off with fulfilling it from 38 and 39 in Revelation 20. It caps it off and put it into oneness. So Ezekiel 38 and 39 and Revelation 20 caps it off. It assures you that this is going to take place and how it's going to take place. But what people are doing, they're taking it from Ezekiel 38 and 39 and making it what's about to happen now. Can't happen. Cannot be. Because when God and Magog and all the other sons of Japhat get together, they're getting together with one other continent, and that is Ham's. They're going to get together with even the Ethiopians. They're going to get together with North Africa. They're going to get together with Africa and all Ham and Japhat. I think I'm saying it right. They're going to get together for the Armageddon. Okay? They're the one. They're not doing this out of their will. They're only going to be able to come to the battlefield one way. Oh, Father, Yah. They're coming to the battlefield when Yah assigned Satan out from the bottom of the pit after 1,000 years to go to deceive God and Magog. All of Japhat sons, their nations. And they're going to get with Ham to come over. I think Egypt is with them as well. Ethiopian is. Libya, all Ham's descendants, all the sons of Japhat, they are considered they are the Gentiles. Okay? They are going to all, and North Africa, all be the group that's coming with God and Magog to the battlefield. They cannot get to the battlefield. They cannot come to the battlefield until Yah has assigned Satan to deceive them to come to the battlefield. They're not going to come to the battlefield while Israel and Yah is up in Mount Zion. They ain't come to that battlefield. They ain't bothering that battlefield. They ain't messing with that battlefield. They living. Satan is locked up 1,000 years. They just living. So what do you mean, Deborah? Armageddon, as the world can call it. It's time for the world to end. And now Yah want all of them to come to the battlefield. So he gets Satan out just for that one reason. See, Satan already know he's bound into the lake of hell already. So he's delighted to be chained up in the uttermost darkness. At least he don't have to go to the lake of fire right now, like the false prophet and the Antichrist did. They gone to lake of, they shooting straight to the lake of fire. But Satan is going to be chained up. He's got a mission, one more mission. When he comes up, his order have to be before Yah. And that is to go convince God and Magog to tell them all to come to the battlefield. He comes out of the bottomless pit, convince them by deceiving them easily. After all these 1,000 years, they instantly want to go to the battlefield. That's how powerful Satan is at deceiving. 1,000 years you've been chained up. They ain't been deceived to that point. But now you get unchained, and your last mission is to go to convince them to come on to the battlefield. Come on to the battlefield of the Most High Yah. Just to get destroyed. And then once he convinced them to come, and they come, then Satan gets to go straight to the lake of fire, never return out of it. You see where he's heading? And they're heading to the battlefield to fight. Who? The house of Israel. To come there to try to get that control. Who is that with them, Deborah? Ethiopian, Lebanon, North Africa, all of sons of Japhet, that's his name, not Joseph, Japhet, all the sons of Japhet, Gog and Magog, all of them coming. And what confused me was the only one that's going to be in their party with them, which is a part of Shem, was Persian. Why is Iran joining them? Because it's the end, y'all. It's the end to all mankind outside of the house of Israel on the mountaintop. So all of them got to come to the battlefield. Shem is Persian, which is Iran. They're going to join Magog them too. You see how the order, heaven still call it? All of it. When y'all finish running your mouth and you don't know him, and he has all the power in his hand, and always did, always will, and always shall, while we running around here giving it to men, use a fool. You're going to live a fool and die a fool. So I just wanted to bring that forth and let you all know that's the Armageddon. That's the day that's you hear in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Another thing about Ezekiel 38 and 39, y'all got to understand. That was in the old. So they was given the prophecy of what's going to happen in the end day for the world to end. To give us, as even Israel that's in the light, the understanding that I got this taken care of. Don't you see it? I got this covered. I'm going to deal with it. To just rest assured that in your spirit, it allow you to be okay for whatever goes on in this world. The one that created all things, he got this. So the battle that they're about to get into, the war and whatever they're about to battle, it's going to cost a lot of lives. That's in Revelation chapter 9. That's the battle that's going to the Euphrates River. That's coming out of the Euphrates River, which it's going to dry up for the battle so they can battle on that field. Okay? That's not the same as the Armageddon. Okay? The Armageddon is the end. And like a lot of people are so sick in their minds and they're teaching and they're preaching and they're understanding, thinking that the creator who created all things is going to be in the field fighting with his fists. Fighting. No, he's going to call it to rain, brimstones and fire, and destroy people. All this battling with this and battling with that. No. Now I got to try to detach the part where it is spoken. I never found it yet. I haven't found it. I had to read it first and see where Yeshua come with his legion of angels. And I believe where people are kind of mixed up on is if Yeshua had to come back with the power, with a legion of angels, they coming back in the spirit. And the battle in which they're going to collect and have has to be in the spirit. Has to be in the spirit realm. The angels are not coming to fight in the natural body. So for Yeshua to come with the angels, a legion of angels are to come, it has to be in the spirit. So I got to find out where is that and where along the line did that fall in. It has been said. I haven't read it. I haven't digged into it. And maybe that's something I would put out for a later date. But I hope that you got something out of it. So Iran is of Shem, but they're going to connect with God and Magog for the battle of Armageddon on the battlefield. And Magog, and it's the sons of, which are the sons of Japheth and North African. All of them. Ethiopian. And Ethiopians are Ham. I don't know why the 12 tribes insist on making them 12 tribes. Even it tells you they got the true Bible, the Ethiopians. Let me explain. Egypt is not Israel. But if you let the Hebrew Israelites, they just want to claim whole Africa is the Hebrew Israelites. They just want to claim the whole Africa as if they are the Shem. They are Ham, y'all. And here it lets you know that they're going to get together with Japheth, and which is God and Magog and all of them, and they're all getting together to come to the battlefield. That means they are not the house of Israel. I just don't, but I do. That's the problem with me. That's where I know the endurance and the long suffering is so heavy, because you have to long suffer this thing. You have to endure the fact that these people are just as blind can ever be called blind. So I, Sister Deborah, say that I'm going to end that right here and hope that you got something out of it. And then I'm going to also go in a study tomorrow to find out how Yeshua is coming with the legion of angels and what type of battle is that. And I need to really get into that. But it's somewhere in me, I believe it's a spiritual battle. But it's not like we think it is. Okay? And I, Sister Deborah, going to make sure I upload this video tonight and to say shalom and shalom.